Hello, my friends. So I'm answering questions that people posted on my Facebook page, and I'm hoping it just helps add value to their lives. So today I'm going to answer Patrick Chukwu's question. Patrick says, I have a phobia for public speaking. Most times I won't be able to say what I have in mind due to the phobia, and even when I tried doing so, my voice will be shaking, fidgeting. How can I overcome such situations, please? So Patrick, first of all, man, I want you to know I understand exactly what you're talking about. Believe it or not, I used to be terrified of public speaking. Growing up, whenever the teacher had a speaking class, I would ditch class. I would avoid it I would avoid it like the plague. You could not get me to speak. I hated speaking. I would start sweating and shaking. Even through high school, same thing. I never liked speaking in class. Even in college, around all my smart classmates who went to private schools and who were the top of their class, you know, whenever they spoke, they were always more articulate than me, more intelligent than me, in my opinion. And so I was intimidated, and I was so self-conscious about speaking in public. I hated it. But you know, one thing that helped me, a big thing that helped me, was I started thinking about all of the kids who might commit suicide if I don't speak up. I started thinking about all of the people who might give up if I don't speak up. And I had to get over myself and stop worrying about what people would think about me, stop worrying about how people would see me, and really care more about the kids who are committing suicide, the kids who are dropping out, going to prison, ruining their lives, the teachers who work with those kids. And so that's one big thing. I changed my focus from myself, and I stopped thinking about, man, how stupid I'm gonna sound, how dumb I'm gonna look. Man, I'm gonna stumble over words, I'm gonna stutter, I'm gonna start sweating, my voice is gonna shake. Guess what? When I started focusing on the needs of others, it helped me a lot. But not just that. Another thing that helped me was, let me think. What's another thing I can share with you? Another thing that helped me a lot is practicing and preparing my presentations. So early on, I used to write out my speeches, my sermons, word for word. I'm talking about from the very first word to the very last period. I would write everything out word for word, and then I would internalize it, and I would recite it again and again and again until I felt comfortable and clear in how I was talking. And that was a big thing for me, and it helped me improve a great deal. So that's another thing that helped me. Something else that helped too is just practice and repetition. Just doing it again and again and again, and not judging yourself. The more you do it, the better you get. And what's another thing? Sometimes I heard this quote that said, tell the truth even if your voice shakes. Okay, tell the truth even if your voice shakes. Sometimes saying what you need to say is very uncomfortable, and you sometimes even lack confidence saying it, and your voice shakes and your body responds to it. That's okay. Sometimes that will cause you and allow you to connect with people even more than someone who is perfectly polished. Sometimes your shaking voice and the uncertainty will get people's attention and make them wonder, and make them think about how much this must mean to you for you to be saying this, even though it makes you uncomfortable, even though you're scared. The fact that you're speaking up will let people know that he's trying to say something important, and they'll have a lot more compassion and grace for you. But you just keep speaking up. Keep reading books, journaling, practice what you're going to say again and again and again. Practice introducing yourself again and again, in the mirror, in a voice recorder, on your phone. Just keep practicing and keep doing it again and again. Another thing too is practice speaking with people who are younger than you. Speak to kids, speak to little people, and the more you practice with them, because to them, they're not going to judge you. They're probably going to laugh with you, and you can play with them and just be yourself. And actually, this comes to mind too while talking to you. the more comfortable you are, the more easily your words will flow, the more easily your ideas will come. And so your goal is to get comfortable. The goal is to get comfortable with yourself. And one way to do that is practicing. Another way I do it too is to pray. I pray a lot, especially before I speak, especially before I'm going to be before a group of people. I pray for God to give me the strength and the courage and the wisdom to be my best. These are just some things that have helped me a lot, Patrick. I'm trying to think of other stuff that comes to mind. Writing is a great precursor to speaking. Great writing is a great precursor to great speaking. And so if you read a lot, you get ideas of how other people communicate them, how other people express themselves, and you can use them as role models, and you can write things down in your own voice, copying their style, and then trying to recite what you're reading, recite what you've written. Okay, these are just some things that have helped me out a lot. Prayer, preparation, practice, serving people who are younger than me to help them, because they just need help. They don't care about anything else but the help they need. So sometimes it's just sitting with people and encouraging them. There are also, where I live, organizations where you can practice public speaking. Toastmasters classes. I don't know if they have them there where you are, but they might even have some virtual options for you if you want to join a class online where people give you a chance to speak, and they give you feedback on, you know, picking topics and how to speak without fillers, like the ums and the ahs and the uhs and the fillers that we use. Those things can help a lot, my friend. And trying to think what else. Those are just things that come to the top of my mind. Now I've spoken to well over 2,500 audiences, to millions of people. I've made so many presentations and have spoken to so many small groups and big groups and all kinds of groups, people. And sometimes even when I was uncomfortable, because I've prepared myself, because I know what I'm talking about, things got so much easier, so that now I can walk onto almost any stage and just feel comfortable, because I've put in the work. Don't let the fear of looking less than your best keep you from trying. Anything worth doing is worth doing poorly the first several times. Okay, I'll say that again. Anything that's worth doing is worth doing poorly the first several times. You're gonna fail several times. It doesn't matter. What matters is, what do you do after you fail? What do you do in response to the failures and the mistakes? Many people give up. Many people say, man, that's just not for me. I'm just not good enough. But what I've learned is you have to push through those mistakes and those failures, learn from them, and correct yourself, and then try again, and try again, and try again. The voice you have and the message you have and the things you want to say matter, and you matter. And so I pray that you will work through these things and keep trying, keep practicing. I talk to myself a lot sometimes. I'm working through speeches, I'm working through ideas, or I'm revisiting in my mind things that I said to audiences, and something in me is saying, there's a better way to say that. How can you say that better? How can you say that more effectively, more clearly, to be more impactful? How can you rephrase that with delivery and tone, vocabulary, all of that stuff? So talk to yourself. I walk sometimes and talk. Find some places where you can create opportunities to deliver your speech, deliver a presentation, to speak up. Get used to, just in public settings, raising your hand and asking a question. And in your head, you know, review that, rehearse that question again and again. Write it down before you get there. And say, and when you get there, decide, you know, today I'm going to ask a question, and I'm just going to do it. Another thing is, in group settings, try to be one of the first people to speak up, so that you don't start comparing yourself to the other people in the room who might be super articulate and intelligent and all this. No, you go first. I have a question. Hello, my name is Patrick Chukwu, and I just want to thank you for your presence here, and I want to ask a question. And then you word your question, okay? Just get, and then afterwards you're gonna go through it again and again in your head, like, did I say that right? Why did I stutter there? Why was I shaking? And you say it again and again, and then you fix afterwards whatever it was you got wrong, and you get better. Trust me, my friend, I believe in you. And public speaking is like the #1 fear of most people. And then the second one is death. People fear speaking in public more than they fear death. I'd rather die than have to speak in public. I understand that feeling and that fear. You can overcome it. You can learn the more you practice to make your butterflies fly in formation. The butterflies you feel in your stomach. When you practice, when you prepare, when you pray, when you're rehearsing, you're learning from your mistakes, and you're doing it again and again, and you're repeating it, and you're trying again and again and again, and you're loving the people you're talking to, you care about the burden that's on your heart, you will eventually get the butterflies of nervousness to fly in formation and to serve your purpose, okay? I hope that helps you, my friend, and I hope you commit to getting better a little bit every single day, okay? Have a great day. Again, I'm Dr. Manny Scott. If you all have any questions, submit them in response to this post or on my page, and I will do my best to respond to you in a reasonable time. All right? Have a great day, guys. God bless you.